Hello, my beautiful followers! Welcome back to my channel. Today, I will hilariously and badly attempt to do a pistol-only challenge in The Last of Us. If I attack any enemy with any other sort of weapon, it will count as a failure to my challenge. Now that the rules are placed, let's start this video. What is that? A newspaper? Surely I should read this whole thing. I'm not reading all that.
I'm not reading all that.
And honestly, nothing of note happened in the prologue, so I'm skipping over it.
With the bureaucrats out of power, we can finally take the necessary steps.
Los Angeles is now the latest city to be placed under martial law.
My pistol! My one true love in this world that I could never let go no matter what. The first fight went honestly bad, which is really saying something good for the rest of this challenge, yes. Also, if you were wondering, I was playing this everything on grounded except for resources, which I put on light mode so that I would have enough ammo for the enemies. P.S. I, in fact, did not have enough ammo for the enemies. Honestly, the first few fights were pretty fun because I wanted to get some headshots in and I had a bloodlust that just could not be quenched. The next fight was honestly pretty easy too. I really was getting all of my headshots in and I was so grateful. Oh, now I'm pissed off. This fight was actually so fucking annoying. I will actually say, even though I didn't record a lot of it, it was one of the worst in the whole game. I'm not even gonna lie. And I couldn't even really run away because I couldn't use any bricks or bottles here.
Yeah, fuck those fireflies. Just go get them.
That is a stupid idea.
The Marlene fight was honestly really mid. Just like most of the fights in this game, all of them are really similar to each other, so if I'm going to use the same weapon, there isn't much difference in between them. Except the beginning of this one. For some reason, Marlene's obese type 3 stupid-ass motherfucking self decided not to help me in this initial part, so I got grabbed and killed. Wow, way to be helpful, Marlene. This run down street area was honestly so easy and it literally took me only 30 seconds because I have a really good stealth strat here, and although I did get spotted at the end, I was still fine. Also, I did use shivs for shiv doors and I used medkits because it wasn't a weapon, so I didn't consider this a failure. Using the shiv doors, however, became very useless later on because of something that I'm very pissed off to say. The tunnel station fight was an absolute mess. I notoriously hate this fight in literally any challenge video or regular playthrough of this game. I think it's the high amount of clickers that makes this part so annoying, but it was just really hard to get all of my headshots in here. Any and pretty much all other weapons besides my pistol screamed at me, begging for them to pick it up, but I must stay loyal to my true love, the pistol. Also, for some very odd reason, when I didn't kill all of the runners and I started the checkpoint again, for some reason they all just despawned. I don't know why, but I'll take it. The museum fight was so great, and you know why it was so great? Because I literally walked by. I notoriously also hate this fight and will never willingly do it. Embarrassingly, I also admittedly forgot to record the first Fedra fight. I'm really sorry. I really have to stop doing that. I, in fact, actually did record this fight. Man, I really have to be more organized with how I make these videos. I'm sorry. The other two fights were actually pretty good. My aim was getting noticeably better, and I was actually so hyped about that. Wow, Jalil. What a perfect waste of ammo. I do have to count a failure for the upside down part, as I'm only able to use my revolver, and I tried to go to any of my other weapons, and I couldn't. No! Oh, now I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed off even more. Even though I should have had ammo in this section because I have the resources on light mode, for some reason I was completely out. So, unfortunately, I had to go to my settings and turn on infinite ammo so I could kill all of the infected with my pistol. This ended up being true for the next fight too, so I just decided to keep infinite ammo on for the rest of the game because for some reason, the game gave me ammo in literally every other gun except my pistol. So I gave it a huge middle finger by saying, screw you, I can have as much as I want. The next few fights in Billstown were awesome possum because I was really enjoying my infinite ammo. And honestly, there's not much to talk about the two school fights except for my above average aim that I cannot believe I have. So naturally, I had to get humbled by the bloater. No, I'm just kidding. The bloater fight was literally so easy and I killed it in like 20 seconds. And honestly, the next fight was really easy too. What is happening? I don't like it. Something's gonna happen.
Light on the reading, but it's got some interesting photos.
Now, Ellie, that ain't for kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
Well, hold your horses. I want to see what all the fuss is about.
Of course, my short journey of luck has had an untimely end. Yeah, I absolutely hated this fight and the next few with a fiery passion, but to be honest, who even likes any hunter fights? So I didn't even kill everybody at the library because it was honestly so hard and one of the worst fights in the entire game, so I just ran out of there like Usain Bolt. Come on, Ellie, it's time for your daily plank challenge, okay? The universe really hated my suburban mom voice, so they put me in probably the hardest fight of the entire game, I swear. This fight took me well over 30 minutes because of how hard the enemies were and how easily they flanked and took all of my health. I literally had to use all of the health kits I had and it was like 3 or 4. At least for the basement fight, I kind of just ran up and used everything because I'm a coward and I'm really scared of this section.
Let's see what's in that golden egg. Oh, shit.
This part pissed me off! But at the very least, it was much easier than my grounded playthrough. On my grounded playthrough, this took me over an hour because of how hard and annoying these stupid enemies are. I don't want to fight them. Why is Pittsburgh so long? Don't try and act cool, Ellie, even though you are. You did abso-fucking-lutely nothing in that fight. I had to fend for myself, even if it was easy, so I'm getting mad at you for no reason. Doesn't matter. Mierda, yo dije que quería el BBL porque todos mis amigos tienen, mas ahora no tengo nada.
Mierda, yo te dije que me compraras el BBL para que yo pueda ir al concierto de Bad Bunny. Ahora todas mis amigas tienen BBL y yo no tengo nada.
I had an OP stealth strategy for this truck section, but of course the universe wanted to nerf my skills for some reason. I still got out though with some very minor injuries. Enough of the hunters, please. Can we get some infected in here or what? And yes, I know, it's part of the lore that the hunters hunt down infected, but I don't really care, I just want some cool fights. In the next fight, Henry was absolutely no help, but that is what was expected of him, so I really could not care less. Also, I think it's a really cool detail how, in the remake, instead of the truck just awkwardly looking at you, it actually shoots you as you're trying to get on the other side of the gate.
Oh, yeesh. That is a big rat.
The bar fight, which I love so dearly. Nah, I'm just kidding. I absolutely despise this fight, but at the very least, it doesn't give me weird angles like it did in the PS4 version.
You know, Sam's the one who spotted you. You guys are taking quite a bit of water. What's wrong? Henry! Get back, son! Hey.
Aw, some clickers innocently resting. I should put them to sleep. Permanently. Honestly, most of the infected fights in this section were really chill, except for the last one, which for some reason always makes me really nervous due to the amount of infected. Funnily enough though, I did try killing all of the infected in that one chase scene, but after realizing that I was not the main character, I got my sorry ass back to the door. Yeehaw, guys, let's take out some local civilians for fun. I unfortunately do have to count another failure here as I have to shoot some of these guys, otherwise all of my allies will get killed. Just great! You guys are such motherfuckers! Aw, never mind, Ellie. Giving a Sam to robot? Okay. Oof, we're disappointed now. Anyways, in the cooler times, I spent my time bullying Ellie, reuniting with some family members, but also with some thugs that I did not want to see. However, Tommy gave me some misleading information that I did not appreciate as I could have lost my health to your misguidance. What the hell? Do you know what? I'm starting to think that men in general are the problem because the infected throughout this challenge have not been all that bad, but these fucking guys keep killing me no matter what, and I hate it. Let's see what's next. Boring fight scenes, boring cutscenes. Ooh, a bloater. Surely I shall fight this one, even though I haven't in literally any other playthrough. Oh no, not another podcast. I'm sick of hearing about skinny talk and the obsession to be very so skinny and frail instead of being jacked. Honestly, this section was not bad at all. It was a little bit easier in comparison to my Grounded playthrough of this section, but Grounded is an absolute mess. Unfortunately, however, I also do have to count a failure as I have to revolver a specific guy, otherwise I'll always die. Gosh darn it, Ellie, I know you can kill people. I mean, you literally kill half of Seattle in like 5 years, so what's the point in stopping now? Ooh, winter, how pretty. My face wasn't pretty though when I found out that I had to shoot a deer with a bow and fail my challenge again. Seeing the mistakes of my past makes me feel so sad. And the fatties of my future makes me feel angry. Hell nah. The small room fight with David wasn't too hard, aside from the fact that I did accidentally up and fail my challenge by knifing a runner, and I didn't even reload checkpoint. However, since the game didn't force me to do this, I'm not going to count it as a fail, but Amon, you're on thin ice. I was also very curious to see what would happen if I went to David without killing any of the clickers, then after that segment went back into that room, and yep, that turned out really great for me. This bloater was actually also probably the hardest bloater in the entire game, mainly because of all the other runners around on top of the bloater, so it was a little bit harder to get, but in a few tries I did get it. I also decided to use David as some target practice for no known reason. I also strongly practiced my aim here, very much taking advantage of my infinite ammo in these sections. I also tested out the ice physics in this game, and honestly I'm impressed. I just hope that Sophie doesn't end up breaking the ice and Max has to merge some realities or something. I don't think that's happened before though. Honestly, Joel's parts were really easy. I was just spending my time beating up other men. And honestly, I want another man to beat me up. In my ass. The town fights as Ellie were actually a little bit annoying since I couldn't use any supplies I had since I only had my knife or bottles with me. However, I was absolutely killing it sneaking or running through this section. Honestly, it was so much fun. David's fight is actually another failure as the game forces me to stab him a few times. Ha! That's what you get, David. Stupid bitch. Joel's snowy fights were really annoying but manageable as I always had enough ammo to defend myself from the enemies around me.
Where am I? I'll lick the fucking snow off his beard. Sorry.
I also committed some vandalism that totally did not make my teenage boy-year-old self laugh his ass off while recording this. It was awesome, however, to get a nice change of scenery. Honestly, spring is my favorite part of this entire game, except from the fireflies, but we'll get back to that later.
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
I could have snuck past all of the infected really easily here, but I decided to be a full-on psycho, so I killed everyone, including the bloaters. And although this fight was really difficult on my kill all playthrough, this time around it was really easy because of my generous infinite ammo. It is really funny how in the PS4 version, if you jump into the water, you can kind of go to the other places. However, when I tried that in the remake, let's just say Joel didn't get to meet the fireflies.
She's not breathing.
Hands in the fucking air!
Come on.
And then we have the fireflies, my favorite faction to fight. Honestly, this is actually one of the only parts of the game where I was actually struggling a little bit. You cannot play with these dudes' armor. Like, it is absolutely insane. I hate the layout of this section. You can do absolutely no stealth. And to be honest, the stealth element isn't even there, but that doesn't matter. It really sucked and I hated it. And honestly, the way that I got to the next part of the fireflies was so funny and ridiculous. I think the game always tries to do really hard fights at the end of the game to show the player that the person who is playing is really doing something that they shouldn't. Honestly though, I don't really care and I'm still mad at you, Naughty Dog, and on top of that, Joel should have absolutely brought Ellie out of her unconsciousness. Are you kidding me? What the hell? They did literally like one test and then they thought, oh yeah, let's kill her. Anyways, I'm sorry for my little rant there, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did for some parts of it. However, I really hope that you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!